happy to play a game again, and just thrilled to get our first conference win, and just look forward to getting into a more consistent practice and game routine. Hopefully moving forward, but obviously did a lot of things well, and some things we've got to tie up.
Okay. Wayne, go ahead.
Dan, you were looking for a second score, and you clearly got one from Tyrese tonight. Talk about what he did at both ends of the court.
Yeah, just activity. We wanted to. He's a guy we could post some. Because he's so athletic and and he's so active. He's an excellent rebounder. He's on the offensive glass, change of possession. He really gets out in transition. When he gets downhill, with the drive, particularly going at that left hand, he's got an ability to really finish at the rim. And if he ever makes, if he could shoot somewhere in the mid 30s from three, he's a guy that I think, and with everything he could bring you defensively on the backboard, he looked that was encouraging.
You were concerned about DePaul's guards' ability to get in the lane. Were you happy with the way that you kept them out of the lane for large portions of the game?
I was. I think, like human nature, a little bit of human nature, maybe a little bit of fatigue. They really pushed the pace, and the game got ratty at times. But I thought up and start of second half, I didn't like it. Then we got them under control again. And then when it got up to 20, when it got to 26, I thought we didn't wall up and get physical on those drives. We gave too much ground. So just that and the offensive rebounds that we gave up, particularly in the last 10 minutes, where we just, we did the human nature thing where we let our guard down. Plus, I think a little bit was conditioning.
Dave Borges.
Dan, how tough was it for you, for the team, to kind of have to sit on that heartbreaking loss for the past week and a half, and for RJ in particular, the way it was lost and the way he kind of bounced back tonight? It seemed like a better all-around game, better distributing tonight. Did you like what you saw from him tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't take the loss that bad. I mean, we were frustrated, but again, when you miss the amount of time we've missed, and then went into that game against that quality of an opponent with what we've dealt with, and just basically misplayed the last 12 seconds of regulation. And there's viable reasons why that happened, that were COVID related, not something that our players or coaches. We didn't hang our heads. We know we have a chance to be a good team. We practiced hard. We ramped up our intensity, and we don't feel sorry for ourselves. We get ready for the next opponent. And, and RJ, I think, has been just tough as nails for us. He's really run the team. I think 2 charges in the second half. Just the way he's managing our team. And then I think he's going to be a guy that, I think is going to be a 12. We need 12 to 14 from him. 6 assists, take care of the ball, toughness, leadership. I believe in RJ Cole.
Charlotte?
Hey, Dan. Josh seems to really thrive off the bench. What was kind of the thinking with going with Adama at the start and then putting Josh in for most of those minutes?
Yeah, I mean, Josh is in a much different situation than he was in, prior. We've been starting a bigger lineup. That wasn't something that was viable. With a little bit of foul trouble. Plus, they were in 4 guards the whole way. And we have lineup versatility to match up with our opponent. But, Adama was a little bit better than Josh this week in practice. He had a better week of practice than Josh. Josh had a pretty good week of practice. Adama was better. Adama earned the start. This is, Adama was lost out there like most freshmen are during this COVID thing because of everything he's missed. So Josh got an early opportunity, and because Josh is being pushed right now and having to earn every minute, I think he's got a high level of urgency.
Gavin?
Dan, when you get performances from other people on your team scoring wise, how much does that help book night?
Yeah, I mean, I thought James was probably like a C+ tonight. There's obviously games that we're going to need him to get us, 27, 28 in a big time game and close it out down the stretch. But, just 20 on 13 shots was a, pretty good day for him. But we need that. I mean, that's, to get, 22 and then an 11, and then a couple of 8s, like if we could just, we got to get more people going right now. We got to get Gaffney right. We obviously, we got to get Tyler and Isaiah. We got to get Isaiah. We got to get Isaiah going right now. He's struggled in the last 2. So, we get into some consistent practice and consistent games. I think we got a chance to be a good team.
Dom?
Yeah, Dan, one thing that's been pretty consistent, if you go back to Southern Cal and Mobley and Zegarowski, and now tonight with Moore and Weems, you guys have generally done a very good job shutting down the other team's top scorers coming in, their top players. How big a part of your game plan is that? How happy are you to see that?
Yeah, I mean, that's, Dom, that's always, you could look at it 2 different ways. You can, you could take away the other team's best players and make the others beat you, which is what I prefer to do. Our whole focus was Weems, Freeman, and Moore, and to keep those 3 guys under 30 points combined, and to have them see early help, to not help much off them, and for them to see a lot of bodies when they had the ball in their hands. So, the other train of thought would be, I'm going to let those guys get theirs and take away the others. But our philosophy is we're always going to make the role players, make the quote unquote others beat us.
Jeff Jacobs?
Hey, Dan, look, if I could develop a little bit more on Tyrese. In transferring here, how much of it was a challenge, of an uptick in the league and playing in the Big East and proving himself at, what's generally considered a higher level at this league? And in getting him, we can see now he's a problem, exterior, interior, different points. Was there anything specifically you were looking for him as you fit his piece into the puzzle?
Yeah, I mean, Jeff, we're kind of doing it on the fly right now. He's obviously, really physical. He's got great physical stature. He's super athletic. He's got a toughness about him. He's more streaky shooter. He's more of a guy that maybe is a, 1 for 3, 3-point guy. A guy who, we're just still, because of everything we missed during the summer and the preseason and the secret scrimmages and the exhibition and then all the non-conference games, like we're just learning on the fly kind of how to use him and where he could be effective, so I just think that's that's the downside of this COVID. One of the other downsides of the COVID thing is like you're learning about your team like in game 2 of conference play. And it's just, there's just going to be a lot of evolving and adapting as we learn more about RJ. You learn more about, Tyrese in game situations, Adama, event when Andre comes back, all the new pieces.
Take two more quick ones. Danny Barletta.
Yeah, coach, you had a pretty balanced scoring night. Even aside from Tyrese, 5 different guys scored at least 8 points. Just what did you think of the balance of scoring, especially compared to the Creighton game?
Yeah, I mean, you need it. It was, we had obviously in that one, we showed tremendous guts and, character and culture to put ourselves in a position to close it out in regulation. But yeah, I mean, we had a lot of 1-for-8s and 1-for-6s, and guys that played 30 minutes and just if they would have gotten to that 8 to 10 point range instead of the 2-point range, we could have I think won the game in regulation relatively comfortably. So but again, we've missed a lot of time. These guys have missed practice, they've missed games. It's going to take a while for us to get comfortable. So, we just hope that we're fortunate enough here. We've only, since the summer, we've only had 3 players get COVID. So we've been really, really disciplined. We've had really, really bad luck with when it's happened for us. If we could just get games and get practices and actually get into the season like everyone else is, I think this team could be really good.
Last one, Mike Mavrodakis.
Hey, Dan. The team is plus 22 on points off turnovers the past 2 games. Just how important is that to your overall plan?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've got my teams and how I build programs is the defense. If you're at the defensive end of the court, if you defend the hell out of people every night, and if you make people uncomfortable, if it usually and you speed them up and you turn them over, and you do a good job contesting things at the rim, you're going to speed people up. You're going to take away the 3-point line. It gives you, if you're a high level defensive team, you're going to have a chance to win every single night that you step on the floor. Now, if we don't get better offensively and continue to get better, we'll have more excruciating close losses. But if we show up the right way defensively, every night that we step on the court should either be a win or an excruciating loss.